Stormwood and Associates is a production of the Nerd and Tie Podcast Network. For more podcasts from actual play to true crime to witchcraft, go to nerdandtie.com or join our community on Discord by finding an invite at nerdandtie.com/discord. In pursuit of a stolen magical object, Stormwood and Associates Field Team 623 stepped into a tear between realities and vanished. They found themselves trapped in another plane, facing a reality that was not their own, and driven to avoid dark forces they don't understand. And so, Team 623 finds themselves leaping from world to world, striving to put right what they find wrong, and hoping each time that their next jump will be the jump home. Stormwood and Associates stars Celeste Star Twin as Dee, Gen Proc as Obie, Trey Dorn as Amy, and Becca Johnson as Liz Stormwood. Previously on Stormwood and Associates. So, magical Regency world. All their clothes transformed when they got out of the truck. The outside of the truck looks like a horse and carriage, and Liz has accidentally walked into the life of Anne Elizabeth Stormwood, who is not her, as they showed up to find themselves at a party celebrating the upcoming nuptials between Anne Elizabeth Stormwood and Brent Slatebeard. You know, that guy. A version of that guy. They've run into counterparts of all of them versions of themselves, except for Liz, and that's when they figured out that Elizabeth Stormwood is missing. And so while Liz pretends to be Elizabeth, and Dee is gambling with her counterpart, and Obie is playing with toys in a room with his counterpart, Amy has flown off into the night and in search of what might have happened to Elizabeth Stormwood. After a crossroads, she found her way at an inn. And that's where we're picking up now. I'm going to walk in my black dress with a glass bird on my shoulder and walk into this inn.
And as soon as you do, every person in the inn, like, sorry, I totally whiffed out my mic. They their conversation stopped mid-sentence. It is silent enough to hear a pin drop, and they are all just staring at you.
So hey, anybody see a Elizabeth Stormwood? She's about yay high, blonde hair.
We'll have none of your kind in here.
Define my kind.
Well, you're a witch. We'll have no witches in here.
You know, that's whether or not that word's actually been reclaimed and whether or not you can use that is a really interesting question. Because it really wasn't into the 20th century, and I don't think a 20th century has happened here.
Get out of me in.
I really want you to think about how this goes.
No. Get out. We don't serve your kind. Don't need none of your witchcraft there.
See, here's the thing. My plan was come in, ask a question. If anyone could answer it, I would just leave. Regardless
I ain't
of what
seen
nope. Tick, 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 tick.
Go on then.
It was going to be a nice, simple, peaceful interaction. But apparently you've never read a single fairy tale in your life.
No,
because I'm just walking up to the bar. I'm sitting down. Onyx hops off of my shoulder and onto the bar and just looks at him. See, now I have to stay because you were rude. Now this becomes a whole thing. I am obligated by a narrative arc to remain because you have chosen to be rude to a traveler in the night.
You feel a heavy hand on your shoulder.
I look at who it belongs to.
A big, burly, angry-looking dude.
How old is he?
I don't know. Old enough.
No, I was
Like middle age.
Middle age. No, that's no. There's a difference between the way you handle necessarily like a 20-year-old burly dude and a 60-year-old burly dude. You know what I mean? Like it's the psychology of the action, whether or not he's a follower or a leader. So his hand is just on my shoulder.
Yep.
I think Onyx hops on his hand and starts pecking at it.
How big is Onyx again?
Onyx is about oh, here, I know this. Where's my measuring tape? There it is. Onyx is about from head to tail feathers about 2 feet long in the body. So you can imagine his wingspan is pretty big. Like, probably maybe let me Google this real quick. Yeah, probably about 5 foot wingspan when he's fully like.
Okay.
Like he's like right now his wings aren't spread, but like he's good sized.
Yeah.
He's effectively he's like the size of a common raven.
Okay.
A large common raven. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's pecking at this dude's hand that is gripping Amy's shoulder, and this dude is going to take his other hand and wrap it around Onyx's neck and try to throw him across the room, basically.
So to grab him, that's an attack. So he's going to have to and Onyx and this guy are pretty evenly matched, I'm assuming, if he's fodder.
Probably.
Because I'm betting they have the exact same stats. Wait, if he's attacking, are Onyx and this guy rolling initiative?
I guess. Dang it.
And technically, I think with fodder, even though fodder has my summoned fodder has fodder stats, it would act on my initiative round. So I will roll initiative even if I don't act, and he gets to roll initiative, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So Onyx's initiative is an 11. This guy is picking a fight with me. I've got the bird. And also, technically, I can fly at any time. And, Onyx is just a portion of my own soul. It's not like if the bird dies, it just gets reabsorbed back into me. So. So it's 1d10 plus his swiftness, which I'm betting is a 3.
6.
Which means Onyx gets to go first. So he's reaching to grab Onyx.
Mm-hmm.
Onyx is going to spin around and slice him with his wing.
Okay.
Onyx is not trying to kill him. I want to point this out. So if I successfully hurt him... Onyx is going to miss, probably. So his dodge is a 4. I rolled that's a 1d10 plus 4. So yeah, Onyx misses.
Okay.
Because I rolled a 2 on that attack.
Yeah, so big burly dude is gonna, grab Onyx by the throat and try to throw him against the wall. That'd be ranged.
Well, that's a bare hands attack.
That would be bare hands.
Yeah, because you're grabbing.
The grabbing.
Yeah, grabbing. I mean, it doesn't matter if he's the default fodder stat. It's the same stat.
Oh,
across
yeah,
the
it
board,
doesn't
so
matter.
It's, yeah.
So that'd be a 7 on an attack roll.
That'll hit because Onyx also has a dodge of 4.
Ooh, and he rolled a 10 on damage.
So yeah, I don't have to do the math there. Onyx shatters into shards on the ground. I stand up. How tall is this guy?
Like 6'4".
Great. I'm gonna float up just high enough to be eye level.
Okay. He said for you to get out.
That was a mistake.
What was a mistake was you coming in here.
All right, so I'm what am I gonna do? I'm actually like, also Amy's actually like pretty strong. Like it's
Okay.
You know, that would not have been worth wasting the spell to do that. It would have been funny if I had tanked the damage for Onyx, because Amy could have soaked that whole thing almost, but that would be burning a point when literally, if I wanted to just bring the bird back, it would cost the exact same amount of points. So, like, that would be a really dumb waste of it. Yeah, I am going to, what am I going to do? I have,
And, when you, like, floated up to his eye level, 7 other big burly guys in the tavern, like, stood up.
Okay, so I've got 4 sweet move points left.
And you've got 8 guys looking to pick a fight with you.
All right, I can. All right, so what's my minimum damage if I do something here? So I'm just do some math. So on a single magic attack, I can take out a minimum of 2. How good do I have to roll to deal with 8? Alright. 8 times 3. There's a total of 24 points of damage that I have to deal to take out all of these guys. Right? Mathematically. So the highest I could get in a single round, if I rolled a 10, like if I perfect it, that would be 5. That would be 15. So I'd have to the minimum number. I'm just like, this is literally the math that effectively Amy's doing of how many of these guys can I take out at once. All right. So are any of these guys between me and the door?
Yeah, you walked.
Yeah, I'm up at
to the bar,
yeah.
which is in the back of the room.
Yeah. How many of them are between me and the door?
You're right next to one of them. I'll say 3.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is, without breaking eye contact with the guy who just smashed my bird, I'm going to, who I'm assuming though the door's behind me.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my hand back as though I am, like, just gesture behind me without breaking eye contact with the guy, and a bolt of psychic flame is going to shoot out and kind of explode and hit the guys in the direction of the door. And I know I can, and I'm not trying to kill them. I'm not trying to, that's why I'm technically not hitting it directly at them. I am hitting it in their vicinity to create an explosion to knock them back as part of the magic spell. So I don't, like, kill them because I'm trying to not be a complete dick, but I'm also trying to be intimidating. So I'm going to do that as a spell check attack here. And so that will do 4 plus... so that's exactly enough damage to knock out 3 of them. Exactly, because
Cool.
that is 5. Yeah, that's exactly 9 damage. So the 3 who are between me and the door are just kind of thrown back.
All right.
I'm just going to keep looking at the guy who hurt my bird. And just look at him and say, I'm going to remember you. And you will eventually go to sleep. And one of these nights, you won't wake up. And I'm just going to, like, fly backwards out the door.
So you're completely disengaging from everyone?
Oh, yeah. No, it's like I could take... Like, here's the thing. I am actually pretty certain that within a couple of rounds of combat, I could take out this whole bar full of guys.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. That does not help me at all. Like, it's clear that Elizabeth Stormwood is not in this bar. I think it would have been pretty obvious if she was. Or at least is not openly in this bar. Technically, she could be in some sort of a disguise and I wouldn't have seen her, but... right. Am I correct in this assumption? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, you did not see her.
Also, I look exactly like someone that this Elizabeth Stormwood would know.
Yeah.
All right, when I get outside, I'm re-summoning my bird.
Oof, there he is.
Yeah.
And as you leave, it's just, you hear a commotion inside, but none of them try to follow you.
Yeah, because I'm scary as fuck.
And he's a blooming witch.
I think if I hear that, I just, like, open the door. Look, I am a fucking wizard, okay? I am a wizard. Wizard. Get
they
your terminology
all just, like,
lab.
point and
I just
cheer at you.
Then I flip
The
them.
witch is a witch. Okay.
What's the name? Sorry, I was going to flap. I was just like... I had to ruin my exit. It's just,
All right, so you've...
Yeah, I'm going to start flying. Since there's no sign of anything in this... Like, is there any other sign of, like, civilization in this direction?
In this direction, no. The next bit of civilization is quite a ways off.
All right, then I'm going to start flying back towards, like, towards the crossroads that I came from.
Okay, and as you're doing all this, it is getting darker and darker. Like, the further into the night we get.
Yeah.
Cool.
Worst case scenario, I can, make a light hover over the canopy. And not have it directly on me for some illumination.
Mm-hmm.
I got flourishes on flourishes.
All right, so, back at the manor, I need Liz and Dee to both roll me d10s.
10. Got a different die. Come on. 3.
All right,
Not a good
Liz,
die day for me.
Liz, you are so full. They are coming around with desserts, and you don't think you could eat another bite. Dee, you could eat Liz's dessert if she didn't want it.
I offer to.
You yell across the table.
Hey, Liz, you're not gonna eat that. I will. You just bring this to her. Thank you.
Yes, of course. But otherwise, dinner has been fine. It's just fine. It's not exciting.
It's unspiced and boiled. There
Yeah.
are people who colonized everything for the spices they never used.
Oh no, I didn't mean the food. The food's
I did.
like tasty and fine.
No, it's not. Regency.
Food historian in me is annoyed, but we'll let that go. Let it go. Let it go. Mantra for the new year. Let it go.
You didn't model this on the French or the Spanish. You modeled it off of the English.
Yeah, because I don't know French or Spanish as well as English.
I know, but worst food.
I had food once.
You had food once? Sorry. I know I'm being a pain.
So dinner is wrapping up, I would imagine.
Yes, dinner is
anything-
wrapping up, and as people are finishing up, they're heading back to the ballroom for more dancing, and Dee and the people Dee has been hanging out with are heading back to the drawing room for more cards. And Liz, I would like you to roll me a d10.
That's a 3.
Ooh. So during dinner, you overheard a juicy piece of local gossip.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. That the eligible bachelor D might be finally looking for a wife.
Okay.
I think Amy's mostly mad that inn didn't turn out to be a quick smoke.
Then I'm going to slip over to where the people were playing cards.
All right. So you enter into the drawing room, and there are multiple tables set up with mostly gentlemen playing cards, but you do see Dee playing. I mean, she sticks out with her denim blue dress. And it's very easy to find in there.
The dress.
Miss D, a word?
Okay, sure. I have another bad hand anyway. Count me out this round. Word up.
So I overheard at dinner that your friend is apparently looking to get married. So I don't know what's going on with your whole thing, but
Sucks to be him then.
I think that this is like one of those situations where what would you do with your, like, you know, clone, like whether or not it's wrong, like, because I think like we fall on the spectrum of Liz would absolutely be disgusted by the idea. Amy would consider
Yes.
it and then decide against it, and like, but like think it would be like really be interested in the idea but never do it, and then D is the person who 100% would have sex with herself. That's how this breaks down, right? Like
That's just masturbation. I mean,
it's disgusting.
anyway, whatever. I'm not gonna stick around long enough to get married to myself.
I know.
Besides-
I just be careful or whatever. I just this
Look.
whole thing is weird.
Yeah, it's weird and fucked up, but Liz, you gotta remember, if there's one thing I know, it's how fucked up I was when I was in the closet. If this alternate me is half as fucked up as I was, it is going to be really easy to get out of any situation because I'm really good at pushing my own buttons.
Right. Okay.
I didn't start spiraling and go into rehab because I didn't know how to hate myself. Come on.
Okay. Just be careful. I guess I'm probably expected back there.
Besides, a little bit of self-love probably wouldn't hurt.
Okay. Just bye. Okay.
I don't know
Turns
if
and
I'm
leaves.
serious. Dee thinks to herself, I don't know if I'm serious anymore, but her reactions are making it worth it.
All right. Amy, what are you up to?
Well,
Where are you going?
If I get to the crossroads, I'm going to head towards the church.
Okay.
Just because it seems like the most, thorough thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, the church is only like a mile away.
Yeah, if I'm Liz and I am genuinely, if I'm in Elizabeth Stormwood and I am hiding, there are only limited places that she would go. If she's hurt, there are also limited places she would go, and I have to think that because the other direction was the other direction was the Portswell, which is that sound like a house or I don't know what that means. So yeah.
Oh, it sounds like a town.
Okay. Oh, sounds like so my brain was thinking it was like another manor.
Oh, no,
yeah, that's
sorry.
true. Inns would be outside of towns a lot of the time. Yeah. Yeah, the church is a single location I can check out, where a town's a full town. So it makes sense to check the church first, because if I skipped it and then was doing this whole other area. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna fly towards the church.
Okay. The church is a small, one-room stone, little chapel. And near it sits a nicely tended graveyard. There are no lights anywhere.
Okay. I'm going to have Onyx hide off to the side, because there's no range limit between us, so it's he can just go perch in a tree, so I because I know what just happened in the inn.
Mm-hmm.
And as my flourish, what I'm going to do is make it look like a small hand lamp.
Okay.
Because there's no rule saying I can't make it look like that. If we can summon a small thunderstorm, I can make my flourish look like a hand lamp. So it doesn't look like a magical thing. It just looks like I'm holding something that casts light. And I'm going to... Is there any light at the church?
No.
I'm going to approach the church doors.
They are closed.
Are they locked?
They are locked.
I'm going to knock.
You knock, and the hollow sound reverberates inside, and...
Okay. Does it look like there is a place for a priest or a reverend, or a pastor to live on premise?
No.
Okay. So it's small church. Are there regular windows anywhere, or?
No, there's the stained glass.
Okay. It's because it can vary, because there are no high windows or anything looking down into the church besides the stained glass for illumination?
No.
Okay. Are there any clear portions of the stained glass?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna maybe fly over to one of the stained glass windows and try to peer into the church.
Okay.
And shine a light through the window to see if it looks empty or not.
I mean, yeah, it's dark, it's empty. There's pews and your normal church stuff in there, but
Right.
nobody's in there.
Yeah, the important part is that there are no people.
Yeah, you cannot see any kind of people in there.
Okay.
If they were, they would be, I don't know, dead or very good at hiding.
Right. Yeah. All right, with that, I guess I'm going to head towards Portswell.
Okay. Portswell, the sign did say that it was 10 miles away.
Woof. All right, I'm going to head back towards the house and just, with no light, and try to, like, look for any signs of any people then. I'm, like, heading back towards Huntley Manor.
Okay. Roll me a d10 on your way.
4.
You don't see anything.
God damn it. Does Onyx see anything?
Roll for him.
5.
He doesn't see anything.
God damn it.
It makes you feel better. It's a high.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. All right.
It's so irritating when, like, you know there's something out there, but you know you don't know there's something out there, and so, like, you have to let it go because your character would. Oh, it's the worst.
Back at the manor, the ball is in full swing once again after dinner. D, roll me a d10.
Hey, boom dee yada. 8.
Ooh,
First
you
good
are
roll tonight.
finally doing well at cards. It seems
Hell
like
yeah.
some food has improved your brain a little bit.
Hell yeah.
And you're still hanging out with your buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, even with the rumors about him.
Yeah.
Cool.
He gets too handsy. I know exactly what buttons to push to make him feel like shit.
Like you would stop him. I don't know, it depends.
And Liz, you have taken up a seat at the end of the ballroom, and you're kind of hanging out. And I say that loosely because you're hanging out with other ladies of class,
Of course.
and listening to them gossip. Would you like to know some of the pieces of gossip they're talking about?
Sure.
And
Yeah, I'm trying to figure this place out, so I'm definitely listening.
all right. Roll me a d10.
5.
So you hear kind of a couple people away about how it was a absolute scandal that Lady Bixley wore the most outrageous bright pink dress to the constable's ball last month. And it was
Oh, good
even out
lord.
of fashion. Like, oh my lord, what terrible taste she has. And roll me another d10.
2.
All right, so even further away from you, you hear two ladies nearly whispering to each other about this Lord Spoonwood and how he's apparently taken a mistress, but nobody knows who it is.
Oh my.
And roll me one more time.
The harlot. Ugh. That's a 10.
All right. So, the lady next to you, Lady Melvina Ford, leans over to you and asks, "Have you heard that the The very handsome highwayman Luke Hunt was recently seen in this area.
Really?
Oh, yes. They say he's so handsome, he just sweeps women off their feet at first glance. Oh.
That sounds quite handsome.
Indeed. I don't know what I would do if he were to ever grace my presence. I'd just faint away. Just faint away.
Oh,
So yes, as you do your best to play the part of tittering with the ladies, Amy,
Yes.
you have arrived back
All
at
right.
the manor.
So actually, before I go in, the first thing I'm going to do is stop in the truck and get inside the truck so I can see what part of my clothing is actually ripped. 'Cause I tore my dress on the trees.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're wearing pants normally?
Yeah.
And the cuff has gotten a little ripped.
All right, so, I mean, I've got the truck. I've got all of my stuff. I am going to change my pants in the truck to a different pair of pants. And actually, what I'm also going to do, because I'm going to get as much of my jewelry as possible. I'm going to go, I'm guessing that my normal gloves turned into elegant, evening gloves or whatever, all that stuff. So that's fine. I am going like as much of if I can influence the outfit that I'm going to result of being into to be like the fucking fanciest person here. Because if I'm walking back in late and, I've got my cloak, I've got my velvet cloak, which goes so well with most periods to begin with. I am going to make a new entrance. Because God damn it, I'm not being one-upped by other Amy, by No Streak Amy here. Screw her boring ass.
All right.
It's probably actually her fault her brother died.
Or her brother never died at all. Who knows?
I can't think about that. All right. I am going full maximum bling out of my stuff. Because, they don't know the difference between diamonds and cubic zirconium because no one knows the difference between cubic and zirconium and diamond unless you put it under enough of a magnifying glass. Time periods be damned. And I am stepping out in I have a tiara, goddammit. I bet you I have a tiara. There's no way that Amy doesn't have a tiara in all of that cosplay bullshit she's got in the trunk of the in the bed of the truck. And I am going in.
All right.
Maximum fancy.
Maximum fancy. Tiara on. Dress. The most elegant and beautiful black lace.
Yes.
Over silk. Black satin gloves, the long, luxurious cloak, full 9 yards.
Yes.
What kind of jewelry? I assume it's black stones.
Ooh, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, because I was just going with diamonds on white gold, but...
Oh, yeah.
To contrast the black. That's why you...
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got the sparkling diamonds. Yeah, and you make your grand entrance. And there's not many people there to see you enter the manor.
Fine.
Because most everybody's in the ballroom.
I know. I am
walking.
Walking. I'm heading straight for the ballroom. I am assuming that Onyx
is
flying
there's
behind
this servant dude who's please, I can take your coat. Please, your cloak.
I just drop the cloak to the ground in almost like a full Obi-Wan moment and walk by and let him pick it up off the ground.
He's picking it up and trying to fold it and I'll take care of it for you. He's gonna go put it in the coat closet.
And meanwhile, Onyx is probably flying behind me, so this bird of black glass is This large raven of black glass is like just flying through the air behind me. And I make my entrance into the ballroom.
Dun-on. I don't know. There's a musical,
that's
like
fine. It's
as per the show, there's a musical sting as you know,
where's Liz?
she is on the other end of the room sitting with her gossip girls.
And where's Brent?
He is standing with his group of friends. A group of gents
All right.
in the corner.
Is there like a big reaction when Amy comes in?
Yeah, there's many gasps of, oh!
Oh, then I look up and my breath catches.
I'm going to walk straight, directly, in a beeline to Brent Slatebeard. I am going to backhand slap him. Just, I don't know. Actually, if I'm going to hit him, actually, we have to roll for that, I think.
Yeah.
Because I'm very strong. My bare hands is not that high. But I 100% hit Brent because
Okay.
That's a 14 is going to hit Brent, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm not going to. So, yeah, he's only going to take, like, after. I'm assuming Brent's got fodder stats because that's what he had when I was running Brent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's only going to take, like, 1 damage after soak. So, it's not, like, awful. But I'm just going to backhanded slap him. I'm not trying to. Which is, like, a third of his health. Just like.
He, like.
You are not marrying that woman. And I point at Liz.
And there's like a dolly zoom in on my face.
He was felled to the floor a little bit by your slap, so he rises holding his face.
Like, I'm 5'8" and he's like 4 feet tall, so yeah, I mean, he's a dwarf.
And
also, just Onyx is like circling in the air behind me.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
No, but I'm just like, for the added flavor of, if the imagining the camera shot
there are
from
ladies that are like trying to duck and like make sure like the feathers in their hair don't get caught or anything like that.
Onyx, I mean, how high is the ceiling in the ballroom? I was assuming it was a fairly high ceiling.
2-story.
Yeah, no, Onyx is like way up there.
Okay.
It's just that I'm imagining the shot from Brent's perspective looking up at me and then like Onyx flying around in the air above me.
Good.
Yes.
And he says, I will marry that woman. My life depends on it.
Your life depends on you not marrying her.
So Brent Slatebeard is going to officially challenge you to a duel.
I guess. This is not going to end well for you, Brent.
We'll see about that. He's trying to be dramatic, but it's not working well.
This isn't. I'm just gonna like kind of like lead over a little bit to get down to his height because again I'm like 5'8" and he's like 4 feet tall, probably less. It's not okay. So you can take that back. You know that, right? I
he like looks at his like frat boyfriends.
I literally just knocked out like 3 guys in the local bar before coming in here. The inn down the road.
He looks terrified, but he kind of like tries to gulp down his fear and is like, I shall see thee on the morrow.
Well, you made the challenge, and that means I get to choose the weapon, so this is going to be fun.
Yep.
I choose birds. Stormwood & Associates is a production of Nerd and Tie. You can find more information at nerdandtie.com/stormwood. You can also find us on social media at Nerd and Tie on Twitter, nerdandtie.tumblr.com, and facebook.com/nerdandtie. This podcast can be subscribed to on anywhere that major podcasts are found: iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and quite a few other places, and anywhere that takes an RSS feed as well. Hey, while you're still here, let me tell you about another podcast on the Nerd and Tie Network, and that's Let's Be Legendary. Let's Be Legendary, the Fey Wild West, is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play game, so an actual play game like this one, but like, you know, in a system people actually use in the real world. Set in a homebrew Wild West steampunk world, the Fey Wild West follows two people discovering what it means to be in a relationship, all the while seeking revenge and learning the truth of their pasts. Let's Be Legendary podcast is an LGBTQ+ podcast with both main and minor characters, as well as players falling under the queer blanket. A heavy RP game with a focus on story and characters, and you can hear it every week here on the Nerd and Tie Network, and you can find all of their subscription information and links at nerdandtie.com/legendary.